introduce Reverend Karen Wylie, who I've known, oh my gosh, for I don't know how many years. Oh, it's falling down. Thank you, Denise. Thank you. And like I said, we were at Agape together, and at Agape there's a little booklet that they put out monthly called Inner Visions. And Karen contributed to that several times. And then she also contributed to the Science of Mind magazine, and she wrote, what'll happen, someone will take a full month and they will write for the full 30 or 31 days. And when she did that one year, I remember you did that, and I loved it. And I said to her one day, gosh, you know, you were one of my favorite writers, you know, for the Science of Mind magazine that time. She says, well, I wrote a book, and I have, you know, inspiration every day. And so we were on a minister's retreat together, and that's when I first saw this, and I'm like, I opened it up, I started reading it, and I fell in love with this. I gotta tell you, girl, this was amazing. But she's here to talk about her journey. You know, she was the former minister at Ojai Center for Spiritual Living, and it's great because Karen has done a lot in her life. We've both, I think, done a lot, and she's done some very deep work. But she did some spiritual travels and then figured out that she needed to do something new. It's time to end that chapter and move into this chapter. So she's here to tell you that story. So let's welcome up Reverend Karen Wylie. Yes. Press your button so it's green. Okay. Are you good? I see.
Yes.
There she
Can you
is.
hear
She's
me?
on. She's on. She's on, baby.
Am I on? Am
Yes.
I on? Yes, she is. So, for some reason, I'm going to take my shoes off, which is probably a good thing. I'm going to take my shoes off, so I want to be solid. Really, really solid as I'm standing here. Yeah. He shows me his bare feet. We're on the same page. Yeah. 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 Well, first of all, I just want to say I'm coming to deliver very good news. Very good news. Because I think somehow we all think that we got to get something or figure out something in order to live a stellar, beautiful, God-ordained life. And I'm here to tell you, you already have it. And a lot of you are going, you're kidding, you can't be real. How can you say I have it when I feel the way I do, or life is treating me the way it is, or I don't have the things I want? How can you say I already have it? Oh, this is so fabulous. I want to tell you, if you knew, and this is the most important thing I'm going to say the whole time I'm up here, so hear this. If you knew how much the universal presence, I call it God, you can call it anything you want, love, intelligence, whatever created us, if you knew how much you are loved, how much it is there to guide and direct you and lead you to the very thing you desire in the deepest place in your heart, if you knew about that, you would fear nothing. You would fear nothing. You would not fear not getting a job. You would not fear not having the relationship. You would not fear not having the money. You would fear nothing. So I'm going to say it one more time. It is the most important thing I'm going to say here this morning. If you knew how much you are loved, how much God is there for you, you would fear nothing. And why do I say that? Because I'm living it. And I want to say, I've come all the way from point A to, I'm not at, hey, I don't even think there's an end in sight, because as Karen said, I thought every time I go to the next level, I think I'm, here, this is what I'm to do. This is where I'm to be. And then, lo and behold, more love comes. Lo and behold. But the thing of it is, see, it's it's that I'm realizing the love I am. It's not that I'm getting more. It's not that I read a book and now, oh my God, as much as I love my book, even reading this book, it's not, you're not going to get it in here. You're going to get it in the center of your own heart. You're going to get it in the midst of your own being. And the thing of it is, it's like getting rid of all those things in the way. And what's in the way is all the stuff you bought into your whole entire life. Beginning with whatever your parents said or your teachers or, that kid in the playground that said you couldn't throw a ball worth darn. Whatever you bought into about the value you have or what you're here to give or the quality of your life or who you are. I mean, we got all these messages that really screwed us up. Because I think when we came in, we were perfection. Have you ever seen a baby? I mean, a little tiny baby when I go into the grocery store and there's a little baby, a baby can put a smile on anybody's face. The grouchiest person sees a baby and they can and then even that little sad old face can light up because the baby is so close to spirit. The baby just came from spirit. The baby is so fresh and so innocent that we see that innocence. Everybody can see it. And they see that in the baby. But then, then the baby has parents, the baby has a teacher, the baby has this, the baby has that. And the baby starts disbelieving. The baby loses the sight of who and what she or he is. The baby forgets. The baby forgets, oh yeah, I was born in perfection. Oh yeah, I'm made of God's stuff. Oh yeah, God is in the midst of me. Oh yeah, love is in the center of me. Oh yeah, I can make everyone smile by just being. I can just be and look at everyone smiling at me. That's the baby, you see. That's why Jesus says return to be the little children, right? Because yeah, go back to be that innocent. Go back to be that innocent. Karen and I have gone to John of God. I made 4 times. And what I got every time I went is nothing new. What I got was something to get rid of. What I got was a cleaning of the house. It was a cleaning of the house. And every time I went, I would come back and there would be some transformation that would take place. And it would be subtle. It wouldn't be like not bad. I've been made brand new. No, it would come back, and then over a month, a month, I'd begin to see something brand new had taken place in my life. And that was the shedding of some old information, old news, old idea about who I was. But the real truth of the matter is that I am love. I truly know that more and more and more. I am love. And love is the most powerful force on the planet. In a way, I really fear nothing. In a way, now that's not to say sad things aren't going to happen to me, or I'm not going to face some, or I have my head in the sand about the world we're living in. I'm looking at things in the world, I'm reading the paper. But the bottom line is, you begin to live beyond all that. You begin to see from the perspective of this view that is like, whoa, that no matter what's coming, what seems to be showing up, I see beyond that. I see the beauty everywhere. I see the light everywhere. And if something is showing up that upsets me or something, I go, well, for me, the bad stuff has to, just like in me, the cleaning of the house, in our life on this planet, the cleaning of the planet to arise the new creation. You see, the new creation comes from the cleaning of the house. So whether it's in the individual, whether it's in the nation, whether it's in the country, whether it's in the world, it's a cleaning of the house. So when we look around, we go, why is that happening? Oh, what is going on? Look at this. This is devastating news, so on and so on. I say it is the cleaning of the house. So you follow? You see what I'm saying? It's a cleaning of the house. So we're here to clean our house. It was so beautiful when EJ was singing, and they were singing beautiful music. Thank you so much for the music. Music sets a tone, Karen. You did that. Those guys are very good. Because the music sets a tone, yeah, for the beautiful whatever's going to be spoken. But you're speaking of true colors, and I want to tell you about this experience I had only recently with a dearly beloved that when I moved to Ojai, she's been in my life for 6 years, 7 years, and only recently did she start talking to me about what's really going on in her life. She was authentic. And you know, I've had, my feeling for her is loving her and not feeling able to come. When you are not authentic, there's a little wall. And no matter how much love shows up, see, love can't get in your wall. You know, so she's so beautiful, and yet I couldn't get through the wall. And then when she starts talking to me from her authentic self, you know, I had this experience. I was sitting there and I was listening to her telling me what's really going on in her life, and I had this experience of loving her more every minute. Every word she was saying, I could feel myself loving her more. I could feel that wall crumbling, and I could feel myself loving her more. So we are here to be our authentic self. We are here to say the truth. We are here to reveal who we truly are. And trust me, you will only be loved more in the revealing of your true self. In the revealing of who you truly are, you will be loved more than you can even begin to imagine. And it was such a realization for me, knowing her for 6 years, to just sitting there listening to her and feeling this love coming forth, expanding within me for her. True colors. She was revealing her true colors to me. And I felt so grateful. I thought, And so forever, my relationship with her has changed. Forever. So sometimes, and I was one of those persons, we all have been one of those persons who put the wall up. You know, I remember when I was when I first came to Agape, boy, you know, that was terrifying. You know, it was terrifying, you know why? Because there was so much love there, and I observed all those people hugging each other and loving each other, and I thought, whoa. I did not feel ready for that much. It scared me, because you know, that was like too loving. And it's a very multiracial community, and you know, everybody was hugging everybody. Nobody seemed to care what color anybody's skin was. Everybody was hugging everybody, and it was, and there were two feelings going on in me. Wow, what's going on here? And whoa, this is I was not, that felt much too vulnerable for me. So, you know, we protect ourselves. We really we like that. And I'm not saying, you know, I look at life now as a process. Like, I didn't just get here. I traveled, you know, through lots of, my journey has been one of, you know, struggle in the beginning. I didn't have an easy beginning. I had my own, how do I want to define it? Tough growing up, dysfunctional family, lots of bad stuff going on, and lots of shame I carried, and lots of stuff that I had to walk through. That's what makes what I'm saying here, and truthfully, what I write in here, see, if you read this book, you will know me. This book, Intimacy, that's why that title is so powerful for me, because I no longer, it's okay, you can see me, you know, here I am. Check it out, I'm not hiding. But what makes valuable what I'm saying is I'm coming from knowing. I'm coming from there to here. I have walked the walk, I have done the work, and what I'm telling you is I'm not blowing smoke here. Love is in the center of us, and I have found it, and I walk it, and I live it, And I'm not done yet, because the capacity, because this is divine love. You know, as Karen has probably told you a million times, as we tell everyone in the Science of Mind teaching, love is within, and it is divine love, and we are aligned with spirit in that place, and so it's not limited, it's unlimited. So what I know of it now is what it is, and I'm to know more, and I'm to know more, and I'm to be more, and I'm to continue to love more. I'm continuing to know myself as love more. I'm continuing to speak about this. I'm continuing that's, I guess my mission now is to just tell everybody, yes, you're loved, yes, you know, yes, you can have everything you desire, yes, you can have, and you know, when you let down those barriers, and when you become, you know, when you open up and you become vulnerable to your own loving, vulnerable to show yourself, vulnerable to trust yourself. Most of us get divine inspiration all the time. It's called intuition. But we negate it. We say, oh no, certainly that can't be a divine message. I'm saying, yes it is. Most of the time, you have an inner knowing, I shouldn't be doing that, but yet you go ahead and do it anyway. I've done it, you know, years ago. Oh yeah, you don't care what that inner voice is telling you. Yeah, you know better. You're going to go and have some fun and do this crazy thing, which your inner voice is saying, not the thing to do, not the thing to do. But maybe, you know, maybe that's part of our walk, you know, to make those, you know, hey, we learn by those kind of things, right? We learn by the mistakes we make. We learn by being in this life, experiencing this life. You know, I love this time of year. And I just have to say a little bit about Jesus. I happen to love Jesus.
Yay.
For me, Jesus was the best metaphysician, the best science of mind practitioner that ever walked on the planet. And he was powerful because he knew his connection to God. And 2,000 plus years later, we're still listening to what Jesus said. Do you realize? And what was he talking about? Love. Love thy neighbor as thyself. So many things Jesus said. We are still living those truths today. He was the most powerful man in all of human history for what he said and the way he lived his life. To me, hey, some of you think he was, I'm not in here, you know, but in the world they think maybe he's a god or he's a man. I say he was a man. He was a great man practicing our teaching, which why, to me, this is one of the most powerful teachings on the planet. I think, you know, hey, I'm up here, I can say anything. Nobody's going to fire me. But I'm just saying, we are in a teaching that to me is the mainstream teaching of this world. This teaching brought me from A to where I'm standing today, which is powerful. And it's the practicing of this teaching. You know, becoming conscious, living the truth. You know, all the things you learn in classes and all the things you learn in this teaching are how to become more authentic, how we meet that center place within us that is so tuned in and tapped into the infinite. Jesus, how can we deny the great teacher Jesus who taught us about that in such a beautiful way? He even knew, his connection to God so well, he could transcend his human body. So, you know, that's the way I see it. You know, I just see his ability to transcend his own human body. You know, the great resurrection. So, you know, we are, these are important times. And you can say, well, I hear what she's saying. And, you know, maybe, you know, once I get rid of this nagging husband or get rid of this crummy job I'm in, or, you know, when things start improving in my life, I'll start doing more what she's talking about. I'm saying everything will change if you change. You don't need to get rid of your nagging husband, you just need to change. Change the way you see your nagging husband, and all of a sudden your husband won't seem so nagging anymore. I can't explain it, but the truth of the matter is, you see, we project everything out there. We project the good, we project the bad. I learned that most of all by standing up in front of a congregation every Sunday, and I could feel it. Man, they were projecting their good things onto me, but they were projecting their bad things onto me. Everything gets projected onto ministers, and this is really the most vulnerable place to be standing, because you're here, people come in for the word, they come in, for the healing, or they come here to find out, what's what. And so you're standing here in a very vulnerable position, but what I want to say is we're all doing that all the time, projecting our stuff onto other people. If you have issues with people, you got to look at what's that telling me about myself. If there's something going on in your life with a person, you have to start looking within. Where is that in me? Where is that kind of behavior in me? What triggers that kind of thing in me that makes me dislike this person so much? And you'll begin to see there's something that gets triggered by that person. And so you're just judging that person based on that unhealed place in you. The more healed, the more you do your inner work, the more you get clear inside yourself, the less that gets projected out there into the world. And the more, like I say, the more love you can see, because you're just projecting love. You become this wonderful, beautiful, radiant light that is just walking on the planet. So, what do I want to say to you? I want to tell you, most of all, that God loves you so much. Unbelievably unconditional love for you that you have no concept of on this human plane. We don't even understand, couldn't even begin to understand the depth of the unconditional love God feels for each of you. We could not know it. We could not know it humanly. It is so profound and so beautiful. I watch my life now and on this track of a need coming up and it being fulfilled almost as fast as the opening is there. It fills up in all kinds of ways, from all kinds of people, that my needs get met. But I'm conscious now, and I go, there it is, there it is, Spirit is taking care of me. I'm conscious enough to know, yeah, Spirit comes in the beautiful form of this beautiful lady, but I'm saying, yeah, I know, ultimately, Spirit is taking care of me. Spirit is taking care of me because I trust. I have faith and I trust that God is the source of my life. God is the source of everything, not your paycheck, not your husband, not your nagging husband, I don't mean to say nagging wife, not any of that. God is the source of everything. And pretty soon you begin to see, yes, and my source is infinite. So I'm taken care of.
Yes.
I have no problems. I'm just totally taken care of. So I guess that's all I have to say. I just love you so much. I love Miss Karen so much. I call her Miss Karen, Karen/Miriam. I love you all. And my wish for you is that you learn to love yourselves in the way God loves you. Yes. Thank you.
Yes.